it?
Normally. Fucked up again.
There we go.
We've arrived.
Yeah,
At least it's not that long-ass intro that goes on for 3.5 hours. It's like, what was it? They're watching that film, The Irishman. It goes on forever, that intro.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm laughing at. I'm laughing at you can hear Jamie's voice through the intro saying,
Well, that was unusual. Well, hello, everybody. Happy New Year to you all. There are 3 people in the chat at the moment, but nobody's coming forward to say hello. Give us a shout in the chat so we know.
No, because we had no intro.
Yeah, there was
people aren't waiting for the intro, are they?
I don't know what it was.
We're here now, so we'll stay. Whether you want us to or not, we'll stay. As you can know, Viv here, what we did, we were sick of her, so we sacked her. So it's just us all now. We've had a coup. We've had a military coup, and we've taken over the channel. No, not really. But I see you guys know as much as I know about this evening because I've come in sort of late as well. So it's rabbit holes. Hiya, Nicola. Well, happy New Year, Nicola.
I always pronounce it Nicola. I don't know why.
Nicola. Coca-Cola. So, yeah, so we're talking about rabbit holes tonight. Rabbit holes. What do we know about rabbit holes? Well, rabbits live in them, for a start. They're called warrens. Now, what do we know about rabbit holes? What rabbit hole should we go down this evening, guys? Anybody got any...
Whatever.
why don't we do like a kind of recap of 23 or something?
I think that's for tomorrow.
Or is that for tomorrow?
Yeah. I think that's tomorrow.
Good
afternoon, William, and happy New Year to you, sir, and your good lady wife. Oh, thanks, Nicola.
Oh, well.
No, but you gotta start checking your INs.
What?
Me?
You what?
Yeah, you.
No, I'll check. You know me. Bloody hell, I don't check anything. I should
I sent
do.
you a video.
I should do. I'll have to have a look.
He can't even answer his phone, let alone check his messages.
I don't do anything. I'll just go AWOL. So what are we going to talk about? What should we talk about this evening, guys? What rabbit hole does anybody want to go down?
I don't know which rabbit holes you want.
I know. Does anybody in the chat want to suggest a rabbit hole to start the topics of conversation off this evening? Anybody want to talk about anything? Anything in particular regarding these rabbit holes, these secret little off-the-grid areas that we go into talk about the paranormal and
I got an idea.
Supernatural?
Here's an idea. What's the latest news in cryptids? Has there been any more cryptids?
Yeah.
Viewings?
Yeah, there's been a few more sightings actually. There seems to be quite a bit around the Yorkshire area. Surprisingly,
on the Dales?
Yeah, around the Dales and that. I say surprisingly, you don't hear much of it in the Highlands of Scotland, but you wouldn't do, would you? Because it's such a massive area.
Yeah.
People aren't really out in that area a lot of the time to see these, to encounter them. But there have been encounters out there, obviously.
Is there a dog man in England?
Edward. Eric and Rin.
There you go.
That's
Oh.
There's got a few of them actually. If not, he's got a push bike because he'd not get about a bit.
Thank you.
Dog man on a push bike, that'd be a rabbit hole to talk about, wouldn't it?
That'd be quite
Or the
interesting.
bus pass. So yeah, we've had a few more sightings over here. Bigfoot was a sort of a major topic. He still is over here, but he seems to have sort of been pushed sideways by some of these dogman sightings. So I don't know what's going on with them, but it's just an interesting subject, isn't it? But I do believe in them. But until I can see something with my eyes, I guess they
That's what I keep saying.
probably are, William. I mean,
Well,
I
I
don't know
keep
the
saying that a lot of
situation.
times people go, no, there's a difference between dogman and werewolf. No, because it
No,
might just be a different breed of werewolf.
Yeah. And perhaps werewolves don't exist. Perhaps they're just dogmen, but we've mistaken dogmen for werewolves over the centuries. So we've called them something else. I think they're probably, well, I believe they're interdimensional. So I think that they come through from a different, a different plane, as it were. Vibrational field, I think, is what happens. I don't know. It's just me surmising. I could be completely wrong. Like anything, isn't it? It's the best guess. There probably are people out there that know the truth, but not on their pay grade, are we?
No, you're not.
Unfortunately. So
Not
it's
really.
just us as best guess, and we're not going to find out, are we? They're not going to tell the lumpen area. They're not going to tell us what the truth is behind these things, because
if you go on the current theory that Dogman, Bigfoot, all these other cryptids that you're seeing are aliens, which has been the common theme lately, that they're aliens from a different planet that we're pretty sure long before we were here. So if you go on that, then the correlation between seeing spaceships, orbs, and them all go together like they should,
Do you know what? I don't believe in aliens as per se. I don't think they're dimensional, like planetary, interplanetary dimensions. I think they are dimensional.
Yep.
I don't think they come from different planets. I think these things come from different dimensions. So what we experience is dimensional as opposed to being interplanetary.
Yep.
I might be wrong. This is just me surmising.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about the amount of different topics there are and different entities there are. I think there's an interdimensional thing. I think it's all to do with vibration. Everything is down to do with everything is vibration.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all down to vibration. So I think it's just, these things align at certain points or link up, join, and then you can look through the veil or move through the veil, which I think is where a lot of these people that go missing, I think it's the 411 and stuff, isn't it? Which is David Paulides. And I think that a lot of the subjects, a lot of the people that go missing, of course people go missing in the wild. It's a big, vast place.
Yeah.
But I think in particular... Hi, Viv. I think ask me personally, I think that they slip through dimensions. Even in cities and towns, people can be there 1 minute and gone the next.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Hello,
Viv.
Hello. I caught your cold, Dan.
Oh, I've still not got rid of it. I've had it about 3 weeks now.
So if I'm a
How are
bit
you,
quiet
Viv? How are you?
If I'm a bit quiet tonight, that's the reason why.
No, you're all right. How are you feeling? Apart from a silly question.
I've got medicine.
Good. Get that down your neck.
No,
Get a bottle of scotch down your neck, you'll be all right.
I'd have a hot toddy. Have a whiskey.
I can't because I'm dealing with figures every day. What was she talking about? So I'm catching up.
Well, it was rabbit holes. We were talking, it came up like, and Lowe suggested talking about, or is there any sort of significant or sightings of cryptids around Britain lately? And I said, yeah, there's still quite a few. And then we were talking about dogmen and stuff like that, and that's where we are at the minute. So Nicola says hi, Viv.
Hi, Nicola. Hope you're well, my darling. Happy New Year to you all in the chat, by the way.
Oh, Viv, you sound rough. How are you feeling, though? Are you feeling like crap?
It started Saturday. I had a bit of a cough in bed. It went away. And I was all right Sunday. And then yesterday, my throat was really... I thought, no, I'll be all right. Just have to get a cup of tea down me, What else? Today, it's just got worse and worse and worse. My back of my throat, I can feel the pain. I've got no guitar or anything like that with it. I just feel achy and I've just got this throat thing.
Oh,
A lot of people down with it now. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people down with it.
Yeah, there's a lot going around, isn't there?
It's all over
Yeah.
as well, isn't it? It's not just in one area. It's like everywhere. Oh,
Yeah.
weaknesses. Try peppermint tea for sore throats. Yeah, that's really
Oh, I'll
good.
try
actually.
that.
Peppermint
I used to
tea's
have peppermint
excellent.
tea before I used to go to bed, and I don't know why I stopped it, but it was just like peppermint tea just before you go to bed. I suppose I was getting up in the night and going to the toilet. I just stopped it. So
My mum used to give it to me years ago, I remember, because it was quite nice. It was for
Yeah.
stomach aches. If I
Yeah.
had a stomach ache, and then you'd be farting. I mean, the peppermint would actually break the.
Well, that's why you had a stomach ache.
I didn't actually know that, Dan. I'll need to try that next time I've got a step
it's good for
coming.
trap wind. I
It's
can
good for
verify
trap
that. I can verify that.
Oh God! Trust me, I
So-
don't need any peppermint tea for trap wind. Oh,
You need to find a
dear.
tea that can hold it in.
Jason,
Oh,
Hey,
Jason,
Jason.
how you well,
Hi,
buddy?
Mr. Hassler.
Happy
Oh,
New Year to you, sir.
Jason, I need you on a. Oh, I'll send you a private message. So cryptids, Dan. So
Cryptids, yeah, Viv. What have you? Anything new in your neck of the woods?
well, there's been some sightings. I wouldn't call it cryptid as such, but like pig-like type creatures. They could be the wild boar.
Hello, Wayne.
Hi,
Happy New Year,
Wayne.
buddy.
Oh, wait.
Um,
Here, Wayne. So there has been sightings of a rather large pig-like creature that's been spotted side of roads. People have been saying is wild boar. Now they did introduce some wild boar back a few years ago, but they sort of seem to just disappear. So whether it is them thriving. Yeah, so these pigs, very big, giant, piggy type creatures had been seen. Big cats around this area, and it's been widely reported that the colder it gets, the more they're tending to show themselves around here. And when I say big cats, I'm not talking about lynx, that sort of thing. I'm talking about the size of mountain lion have been spotted, and the black panther's been spotted round here, and quite a lot. And the colder it's getting, the more people are reporting to see it. So that's quite interesting. Dan, you know about these sightings. The Thetford Forest, creatures that have been described like Bigfoot. Again. Now, today, I wasn't driving into work today. My colleague was, and I drive past a little bit of a foresty area, but it's on the border of an area that's used for horses in Newmarket. And I always look, like me being me, oh, I wonder if Bigfoot's in there. And today, what I did witness, and it threw me because there was no house that was nearby. It was a dog, a white dog with a collar, and it looked like a bit of a poodly type thing, a bit like Rolly.
Sarah.
Hi,
Happy
Sarah.
New Year, Sarah.
A bit like Rolly. You remember the dog Rolly from EastEnders? That
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
Surprised me.
But white. But it was white. And it just trotted along, and we both saw it. So I'm looking for the owner now. There is no owner, and there is no house, no farmhouse nearby. I'm just thinking, did I imagine it? As we crept forward in the traffic, and I'm looking, where's the dog gone? The dog had just disappeared.
Wow.
The dog had disappeared. There was nowhere it could have gone. There was no other human being there, but we'd both seen it. So to me, that was like, and it was like it was there in the flesh.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
So that was
Happy
a
New Year, bub.
strange. Happy New Year to everyone. So that was a strange thing that I witnessed myself. I'm not saying that it was anything paranormal. It could have been somebody let it out the car while they were waiting in queue of traffic. There could have been 101 reasons as to why that was there, but we never did see it again. And to me, that was just a bit. Oh,
Bit odd.
okay, bit
Well,
odd.
doesn't
Yeah.
That kind of begs the question then, doesn't it? What do we actually see during the course of our day that could, in effect, be paranormal or supernatural that that we just it's
Ignore it,
insignificant
yeah.
to us. We just
Mhm.
brush it off like, oh, that's when you walk out into the street and you see people. I mean, you don't know if any of them have passed over. You don't know if any of them are, different
Well-
dimensional creatures or whatever.
Well,
You don't know, do you?
look at the amount of people. Sorry, you go.
No, go ahead.
Look at the amount of people who report of seeing people, or like people have stopped them and asked for directions, and the next time when they've looked round, the person's gone as fast as lightning. Are they?
That's true.
Yeah.
I had a buddy years ago, Scots guy actually, Glaswegian, and he said to me, he came in. We worked together, and he came in the day. I think it was a Thursday. He came in on the Friday. He was white as a sheet, and I said, "You all right?" He went, "Not really." I went, "Why not?" He said, "Well, last night when we finished late, we finished about 11 o'clock on a late shift." I went, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I get the bus home." I went, "Yeah." He went, "Well, there's nothing around that bus stop. There's a wall behind it." He said, "And it's just a main road." I went, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I was talking to this guy and talking about the buses and asking what time they come and that, and it seemed quite pleasant." He went, and then I turned my eyes. When I looked back, he was gone. He went, but he didn't. He went, "You can't get behind the bus stop because there's a wall there." He said, and either way, he went, there was nothing there, no cars. He went, he just disappeared. So the thing is, you could be interacting with these things or thinking they're insignificant when really there's something going on with them. You just don't know, do you?
No.
Do you know that reminds me of the interaction that you had, Dan?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, with the. Well, I still believe it was Spirit talking to you about the music box that was going off, and
That
he was
was
telling
weird.
you what he thought about it, and only you saw him. I didn't see him. Nobody else saw him, and he certainly, the way you described him, there was no one there of that age or stature.
It's odd. It's odd, isn't it? I mean, I normally, if something's not right, well, I think that I normally get the feeling that, hang on, there's something that doesn't look right here. Something's out of place. What's wrong with this picture? No, maybe I don't always get that. Maybe there are things that I've seen, like everybody. Maybe there are times when we can pick up on it when it's obvious.
You've had a full-blown conversation with someone that just wasn't there about a piece of equipment that was going off that he was most probably setting off.
I know. I still can't get my head. I still find it hard to believe. People say to me now, "Do you think it was a spirit?" And I'll always say, "Well, I don't know." Best guess is it could be, but I don't know. It could have been anything, couldn't it? It could have been. I think there's so many different layers to this reality, or what we think is reality. There are so many different layers, like an onion, that you would never ever understand the truth of what's going on.
Yeah.
I think there are people, like I was saying earlier, I think there are people out there that know exactly what's been going on, or at least have got a good insight into what's going on, but still don't know the full picture, But it's odd, isn't it? It's just odd. Yeah, it's like Jason says, he's probably right. Probably best we don't know. Yeah, because it's mental.
Dan meets the spirit, talking to him about a piece of equipment. He's asking him all these questions, and at the end of it, I mean, Dan said, "What did you say? It was about 20 minutes you was talking to him for?"
Oh, good 15, 20 minutes. I mean, we were like mates. I wonder if I'd have smoked, I'd have offered him outside for a fag. A cigarette.
I suppose it makes a change for them from them feeling your bum instead, I suppose.
That is true. That was the funniest experience I've had was with Daniel. I think it was Daniel. Daniel's gay, and we went on an investigation, and there was apparently a gay soldier there. I don't know.
Okay.
And I turned around. Hiya, Bri. Happy New Year, bud. And I
Happy
turned
New Year
around.
to you, darling.
I got a physical pinch on the arse in this, like it was an old barracks. And I turned around and said, "Shit." And Daniel went, "What?" I went, "I've just got a physical pinch on the arse." He went, "Oh, you lucky bastard." Hey, Terry, happy New Year, bud.
Ooh.
I was thinking the other day, and if anybody looked at my page for Please Stand By Paranormal, if somebody did a massive reenactment, like in a battlefield or an execution of the king or queen or whatever, would that create a reaction for the paranormal,
The thing is,
Yeah.
though, that with that
Hey,
Singapore
Jacqueline.
theory, you
Hi,
have
Jacqueline.
to
Happy
be.
New Year.
Hi, Jacqueline. Happy New Year, darling. I think you have to be careful with that Singapore theory
Cheers, Brian.
because there are questions behind why are you using the Singapore theory in the first place? If you do get a reaction, are you going to be prepared for it? If you're putting on dress costumes and things and pretending to be part of an era long ago to try and get some interaction, if they interact with you in a way that they're going to touch you, prod you, pinch you, try and shoot you, whatever, are you going to be ready for that kind of reaction? Because I'm one of these people that have tried the Singapore theory. I wasn't prepared for, when I say prepared, well, we used a wedding dress, okay?
Yeah.
And the wedding dress was laid across the table. So nobody had the wedding dress on. But I was unprepared for what was to happen as a result of that wedding dress being in that room. So when it did happen, I made an excuse and left. I didn't run out. I didn't scream, Jay. I made an excuse and left. And I stood the other side of the door with the door shut, leaning against the wall, trying to fathom what had just happened. Because then you start replaying, well, I felt this was this, I checked this, you had all that running around in your head. And not 5 minutes later,
It's because I've got allergy conjunctivitis in both eyes. My eyes are irritable right now. So I'm like something at the Matrix.
Sunny in Scotland, isn't it?
Cool. So it happened to a second person. It happened to a second person. So yeah, so I think what I call the more serious paranormal investigators is we have to look at the way we are doing things, why we are doing things, and what we are hoping to achieve. If we're doing it just to get views and try and propel us, well, good luck to you if you can get them. But what I'm saying is those that are truly writing reports, keeping documentation, giving it to the venue owners, going back over periods of time and replaying those moments when you had that when I had that wedding dress there and we did it without the wedding dress. Then we bought the wedding dress back again. Did it happen again? And we did it over a period of time and also with noticeable dates. So again, is it just I was lucky or unlucky enough to be at the right place at the right time and conditions were favourable, and then it happened to a second person? Are we being deceived? Is this other now? I'm gonna have to say this. I'm sure Dan's mentioned it before.
Just say it, Viv. Say it.
Are we being deceived that this other dimension are playing tricks with us? And now I say that because and I'll take it back to the time when me and Dan both saw the same thing and it terrified us both. Only Dan handled it better than me. Are we being deceived?
Because I was so scared I couldn't move.
But are we being deceived by the other dimension? So they're putting these images in our thought process. So it's not just me. Dan had the same thing as well. So it forced us to leave an area. Don't push it any further. But are these thought processes are being picked up by some people and not others, which is why certain people will see things and others won't? Are they just pulling off individuals because they're easy targets? Is this thing more dangerous than we actually realise? Are we really seeing spirit? Are we really seeing heavenly visitors? Are we? I've the last year, and Dan knows this, I've been questioning a lot of things. And it's not just the other side, let's call it that. I'm also questioning people here. And not because people here, I just don't like them or I get a bad feeling. The people here, are they planted here? Are they here to do a certain job? and to make as much mischief as possible to keep you off the scent. I've been reading some really good books just lately, and many a time after sitting, thinking, reading the interaction that I have with people, what's been going on within the paranormal community, so many times, and Dan will tell you, he's talked me out of it. I've wanted to leave the paranormal community behind. I won't. But so many times, I mean, Dan is my sound piece, and Jay to a degree. But it scared me, it's intrigued me, it's wound me up, it's got me so angry, it's done so many things. And Dan's talked me around, because he's the only person that, and I don't mean this to say in a like he's the only person I can talk to, because that's not the case, but he's the only person that's getting what I'm trying to explain, because Dan's had the same thoughts as well. When I say to him, Dan, I've been thinking this, I've been reading this, and I'm actually quite scared. So yeah.
So
Definitely.
I had a little while, about, I suppose, 18 months ago now, maybe a little bit, I don't know, I'll give or take a month short. I started going over to thinking, right, okay, I want to really look into this. So I started looking into the aspect of what we perceive to be aliens. And also, then I started looking against it. I thought, I'm going to look at some biblical texture. And I'm going to see biblical text. I'm going to see what the truth is behind this. And it seemed that a lot of the biblical text actually lined up with, or the experiences that we've been told we're having have already been mentioned thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of, well, these aren't really what you think they are. These are something far more dangerous, far more sinister, and something you shouldn't be fucking around with, right? So I then went down the route of like, right, okay, I'm going to use Christ as my mainstay, my protector, my protection. And I still do. And I think that what we're being told, and I think even to the point of, and don't get me wrong, it's up to you. You're all adults. You do what you do. You do what you want to. Even to the point of things like these esoteric, what would you call them? Esoteric actions. Things like Reiki. Things like out-of-body experiences. Things like fucking around with crystals. All of this stuff. I'm now beginning to think like this is negative. This isn't right, and there's something far more dark at play here than you could ever imagine. Things like even meditation. If you look into that, there's a very dark background to that. And here's to all this sort of stuff. And it can more or less says to you, you should steer clear of anything like this. This is a false prophet, a false hope. Do not get involved with it. Right?
So like
I'm not a religious nut by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think if somebody shows me a text that goes back hundreds or thousands of years, people say a lot of it's written by men. Yeah, it is written by men, but the undercarriage of it is the essence of the truth. It goes back thousands of years. A lot of it is found on tombs that predate Christ by thousands of years. You go back far enough, and you can find all this information. Even to the point, like the Lord's Prayer was found on the tomb of a pharaoh that was like about 3,000 years before Christ.
Yeah, didn't Enoch as well? There's lots.
The Book of Enoch has been removed purely simply because they don't want you looking at it. That's what I think. The Old Testament, I think, is more in line with the truth than what they're giving you now, because the way that the church is now. And religions now, it tells you should do this and you should do it. That wasn't the word of God. No. You changed that. Man changed that. You can't change the word of God. It is infallible. It is what it is. But saying that, I do think that there's something being played. Hiya, Naomi. Hiya, Lynn. I think there's a game being played out here. I'm not saying that there aren't spirits, like human spirits. I believe there are. I believe there's all of that. But I also believe that in the mix is something that is more confusing.
It's true. Well, Brian, go Go on, Eric.
The Catholic faith itself, the Vatican categorized aliens as demons right away.
But you know what? There's many religions right across the world. I'm not just going to single out the
Thanks,
Vatican,
Nicola.
that do that. They do categorize these things as demons. Where Bryce says, from spirits to aliens and our own abilities in telekinesis, all demonic, right? It's how you perceive it to be, and it's what you've been taught by man.
Yeah.
By man. There is ancient. Do you know what? I watched something tail end of last year that blew me away. Love him or hate him. It's called Ancient Civilizations, and you can find it on Netflix, I believe. I would implore people, go and watch it, because it will leave you with so many questions.
Oh, he's amazing, the guy. Yeah.
And this guy he's not a historian. He is not an archaeologist. He is not anything in particular other than somebody that worked in the media. And he had a fascination for history. So he started looking into it. And this is how this series culminated. And he went back further than our history books written by man, even further back. And he did his own investigations. Some of the things that he threw up, all I can say is OMFG. He will give you something to think about, and he will spark something in you. It did in me. It did in me. And then I rang Dan up and had a right old whinge at him, and he went, Viv, calm down.
I think I'm not a big, don't get me wrong, I'm not a big, I believe in God, and I'm not a big follower of religion. And I think if you believe in God, let's leave it at that. If we could all say, look, we believe in God, let's leave it at that. It doesn't matter what your religion is. I think, or we got rid of religion per se, I think the world would be a much nicer place.
Do you think?
I have to agree with that.
I think
as well.
Religion is, irrespective of what your religion is, they're all false doctrines.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that if you just said, look, I believe in God, you believe in God, that's great. That's all that we need to know about each other. We don't need to know whether because invariably, we all believe in the same God. Right?
Yeah.
There's only one God. We all believe in the same God. Right? And the thing is, if we can do that and bring those, because there's so much division caused by religion, I think that religion has been a set of rules that have been put in place by those who want to control you.
As well, Dan, it's people.
Because if they've got you fighting each other, Viv, they ain't got to worry about you, have they?
No.
No.
And do you know what? People as well, like people say, I'm a person of God, I'm a nice person. And yet, first chance that they get, they put people down.
Jason, absolutely right. Absolutely right.
And they put people down. It's like, why don't we start believing in one another? Why don't, people say, oh, love one another, all this sort of thing.
Exactly,
no,
Nicola.
actually really do that. Actually sort of give people the benefit of the doubt. If you think that somebody's a bit off, find out for yourself. Don't take somebody else's word for it. Find out if they really are evil. Find out if they really are this or really are that. I am sick to death. And I blame social media for this. I am sick to death of people believing what comes out of the words of other people and liars. And a lot of it is because they want money from their events, or they want notoriety, or they want the clicks, or they want people to follow them. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You know what? I wish people wouldn't look at me. That's me. I don't give a rat's ass whether you like me or not. I don't give a shit. But that's how I've been brought up. But you have other people out there. You have other people out there that want to really, and I've seen this so much, tear strips off of people because of what goes on in their private life, or they find out, they want to gossip, or somebody's getting more hits on their social media because they're going out investigating with their camera. So they will put that person down, or somebody is more productive or more, what's the word I'm using? More liked. And so there's witch hunts that go out then to try and rip these people down. So, I just want to say out there for 2024, We all want the same goals. We all want the same thing. Come on, look out for your fellow man. Stop believing in up there or down there or even the paranormal world or cryptid. Start listening to one another. Let's start our research
Imagine
from
what we
there.
can achieve, though, eh?
Exactly.
Imagine what you could achieve. You took away. I mean, like, the word racist is banned about a lot now. I don't really know any racists.
Those
I know
bullying.
people that might say
bullying
the wrong thing at the wrong time, and I'm probably guilty of that myself. But I don't give a toss. You're black, white, orange, purple, whether you're Christian, you're Muslim, you're whatever you are, I don't care. But it's about time we stop seeing each other and compartmentalising each other and saw each other as people. And if we did that, imagine what we could achieve.
A lot
That's
more.
Not being petty
That's
and
weird here.
you know, nasty to each other because you were born in this religion or I was born in that religion. Imagine what you could achieve if you didn't see barriers. You know, and the only reason you see barriers is because these false prophets have been created to keep you under control.
Yeah.
Say, Dan, are you left or right in your beliefs? And I turn around and say, I'm neutral, because to be left or right means I've got to choose. I've got to choose a position, and I'm not willing to do that. You know, I think they're all tossers. Governments, irrespective whether they're left, right, whatever, they're all out there. There's the same shit, different package, and they're all out there to manipulate you at the end of the day.
Promise you the world and then
Jason,
give
exactly.
you all. But no, I would love to see that with the paranormal field going forward in 2024. More people working together than against each other, and you know, there's a lot more. You know, I'm seeing a lot of people turning their backs on the paranormal now and doing a lot more podcasts. I've seen a lot of you
you're right, actually.
coming back, coming out. Sorry, just at the tail end last year, and I'm seeing a lot of people. And to be honest, I'd rather do podcasts than do investigations now, because I get more enjoyment doing podcasts, knowing that obviously I've got my regulars, people who come in, and it's like working in a pub, as I say.
You build up that rapport. Everybody's friends.
I've spelled it wrong.
What do you spell wrong?
I spelled it wrong. Mrs. Keanu Lowe.
I never even noticed that.
I couldn't even get it at the bottom.
I thought it was
Oh, I
was going to put "and the Matrix." I actually quite like
exactly
that.
Exactly that, Sarah. Exactly
I like
it. It's exactly that.
You should wear them more often, though. Sorry, I do like that.
Oh, I'll come in every Tuesday like this.
There you go.
I can't wait to hear about Tony Starkwell. We'll think.
Have a great week, Jason. Happy New Year to you, buddy. And
Jason,
your
bye,
loved
buddy.
ones. Speak to you soon.
Buddy.
Yep. I have some.
Yeah, and this is as it should be, Jacqueline. Absolutely.
It's as it should be, Jacqueline. Definitely.
That's all that matters, Lynn, and that's absolutely spot on. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Anyway, shithead, what you got to say?
What's that?
Oh, he knew it. He knew it, and you didn't even mention his name.
He knew he was.
Yeah, I'm pretty much with Dan, really, because like an opinion is your opinion, but keep it to yourself.
No. You were saying so. You guys flagged me about my shades.
What?
She wants to know what you think of her shades. You haven't slagged her off.
That's right, Brian.
Well, I'll be honest, he did actually, Lo. He sent me a message and said, I'm not sure if that's her eyes or her nostrils.
I hate you too.
Where was I? Yeah, so it's like, if you got an opinion, obviously keep it yourself, and obviously if you
exactly.
Well,
you're saying if you have an opinion, keep it to yourself. Exactly.
I've missed you lot. Yeah.
But it's quite true what I agree, obviously, with what you guys are saying about the paranormal. And like, if you want to go out and get 1,000 lights, go and crack on with it, but don't rub it in people's faces or look at me, look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
You know, so it's so
No,
yeah,
you're absolutely right.
it's a bit on
Well,
the sticky situation, really.
I was talking to someone from another paranormal team. And why am I getting feedback?
You all right this side?
You're right this side.
Well, anyways, I was getting talking to another paranormal team. I won't say their name, but he's going, well, I know I like I'm doing this for this group, this for that group, and he's like, well, how many followers do they have? I go, it doesn't matter to me, as long as they're doing an investigation the right way and doing it with integrity, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
that. Exactly that.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right.
Oh, it's a bit saying here, sir.
What is this going on here?
But by the way, I've got a legitimate
you
reason,
sure in the-
but he's
sure in the
legitimately low. In fact, I'll be Arnold Schwarzenegger. He could be Danny DeVito.
There you go.
No, I sent you a message just now. Have a look.
What is he?
Hi, Terry. Happy New Year, Terry.
Yeah, I've got something to ask you.
Oh, what?
Well, I shouldn't have really started that with you. I should have called you Peter Parker. Are you really Spider-Man? I've always wanted to ask you that, but I've never had the balls.
Yeah, he's really funny, man.
He's not, but he'll do a
I
good
can
impression
if you
for
want
you
me to, yeah.
if you rent a room.
Oh, dear.
You can always write to Marvel and see if you can get a piece.
Hey, Spider-Man.
Well, unfortunately, the guy that wrote Spider-Man passed on, so
Stan Lee, brilliant guy, brilliant writer.
he was.
Yeah. So, Eric, what are you looking forward
Oh,
to
thanks,
in
Terry.
2024?
More sales,
Ooh.
because I've gotten a few lately, and that's great. I'm thinking about adding something to it.
I've
You know those
noticed
balls?
your big ball that were lighting up in different colours. I just thought that was amazing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, that was good. That was I saw that. That was cool.
Well, if Dan ever checks his messages, he can see his toy I made him.
Oh, Will,
so.
have you got it there? Have you got it handy?
I got it handy. Yeah, you want to see it now?
Yes, please. How
Hold
far off done is he?
It's done.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
woohoo!
bud. I didn't even look at the messages. Sorry.
People in the chat, if you want one of these, I suggest get a hold of Eric. Honestly, he is so clever and he's very good with making equipment.
Not this one, though. Only me and Viv are allowed these type of
I
ones.
made him a backpack. By the way, when you get it, because I'm sending vids to hers too, I gotta find the camera. There's a backpack on it that has the stuff in it
Nice.
where the battery goes.
Oh,
Well, I gotta put it in.
He's a Bigfoot, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cracking.
Yeah, it's
I
amazing.
thought you could stop. I think that was crabbed.
Hold on.
How dare you?
No, I said cracking.
Cracking. All right, here we go.
You can't see the lights, but they're really bright.
Oh, I can't see him.
He's cool, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. You can't see them in the light of the camera, though.
Yeah.
You need it in the dark when you got the lock off.
Yeah, I try to make it dark, but I can't make it any darker. You'll
Oh,
see it
can see it
better on
then.
the video I sent
What
you.
like then? That is cool.
But I sent you a video. It's even better on there.
Oh, thank you. I will. Yes, I will have a chat with you.
It's not as good as my little thing that he's built me.
No, has he done it yet?
Yeah.
What?
You'll see that too.
Oh, we're going to see Revs.
Seriously, if you want stuff that's really well priced, go to Eric. He does. It's good stuff.
Definitely, I would highly recommend them as well.
It's good stuff.
Do you know what? When he showed me what he'd done, I was in tears. It's that good.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's that good.
Doesn't do the background too well because
It's amazing.
That's
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
isn't it?
Oh, wowie.
And do you know what it is? Viv, tell them.
Halloween theme, Michael Myers.
The music box, isn't it?
It's a paranormal music box, and look
Yeah.
at what is in.
Ah, that is actually freaking awesome.
It's cool, isn't it?
Anybody that knows me knows I love a skull,
Oh, yeah,
and
you
that
love
is
skull.
just
Gotta love a skull.
amazing. That is amazing.
I would set that somewhere to freak somebody out. Do you hear that theme?
Look at that.
Oh,
It's even got
I
a
think that's
movable
awesome.
bottom mandible, isn't it?
That is amazing. So if
You're a
anyone,
talented guy, Mr. Thompson.
if anyone
He's good.
wants
Eric's
anything,
good.
please get in contact with Eric. You can find him on Facebook, through Things Network, through the Simply Spooky Network. Reach out to him, get a message to him.
He's a very talented man, is our Eric.
Oh yes.
I was also thinking about hanging one of those balls off of a cord, and you can hang it from the ceiling or a beam or something like that.
Oh
And
wow.
if anyone walks by it, you know.
Mm,
It's a good idea.
that's a good idea.
That's a
There
very
we go.
good idea, actually.
Yeah. So those that have cat balls, you need to update it with one of Eric's balls. Yeah, do it. You won't regret it.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Dan, what are you looking forward to? Why are you DN?
I have no idea. I must have left the A out. I thought I put the A in. I must have left it
Can't
out.
spell his name, can he?
No. Dun. This
Dun.
year, I'm going to be the artist formerly known as Dun.
Dun.
Well and truly done.
Dun. Dun. Dun.
So what are you looking forward to this year, Dan?
Special needs paranormal. Dun. What am I looking forward to this year?
Yeah.
Putting an A in his name.
Learn how to spell my name. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the new project that we've got going on, kicking off. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that because I think that, yay!
Yay!
Hey!
No, I like that.
I
Cheers.
think it's going to be interesting. Especially as there seems to be more and more recorded things that have been things that have been happening that are recorded that you can probably speak to people about, so you can get first-hand, your first-hand knowledge of what went on there. So I think that'll be exciting. And I'm also really looking forward to getting out and doing a lot more investigating this year.
What about you,
That's
Mrs.
good.
Mrs. Keanu? Mrs. Keanu Reeves. Mrs.
Oh,
Reeves.
getting married. No,
I'll be like,
what?
that's that.
I don't know if you've been drugged for that long.
Asshole. No, this year I just doing more podcasts. I've actually got a project in the back burner in my thoughts just to help me through what I'm going through just now. It was something that you suggested many months ago, Viv.
Fine, it.
You just said in your 1080.
Nettie.
So I'm kind of putting wheels in motions for that. So just really that, really. Obviously spending another year getting crabs as dances.
You can't get married to Keanu. You can't get rid of your crabs.
Oh, I've tried. I've tried.
There you go.
Bempton, yeah.
Mm. So, what about you, Parker? What are you looking forward to this year?
Shooting his web.
Sorry.
Oh, staying safe, looking after myself, more paranormal investigations, review, lovely lot, and that's it.
Yeah,
Really,
good.
just a bit more excitement than we did have last year. You know,
Last year was a bit of a non-starter, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well,
Yeah, it was all right, though.
I'm looking forward to finally meeting up with Lois at some point next year. That is definitely going to happen. No brainer.
I'll have to bring my shades though.
You bring your
No, bring your web.
Spider-Man shoots his load when he can. He's gonna do it all over you. Look out,
Dan. so, oh God. Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting up with some people. So, Lois, hopefully Bri as well. I'd like to meet up with Bri at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Bri, if you're up for that, let me know. I'm also looking forward to hearing Parker scream a bit more. But what I'm planning to do is record it and use that against him every time he screams like a girl. Because nobody believes me.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'd like to meet up with Sarah as well at some point this year.
Yes.
Yep.
Sarah. So we need to get to Wales. Yes, that's going to happen as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And Paul Mould. I really want to meet up with Paul.
Well, Dan couldn't be asked to get out of his seat. That's why he didn't come out.
That's true. That is true. Well, Terry's made an interesting point, actually. Where is he? I quite like that one.
What?
Yeah, I think that's good. That's good shout, Terry. I think that's a good shout.
You know what, Terry? I've been doing that for a while, and that's been more frightening, and more upsetting than you can imagine. And you know what? It's happened with Dan.
You know what I think, Viv? I think it's because you spend more time concentrating and actually noticing what's going on around you than when you're trying to monitor kit and set bits up and your mind's all there and everywhere. If you sit down and you're quiet and you just concentrate, you notice more.
Well, the thing is,
Hello, William. Happy New Year, sir.
Hi, William. I see things, and I see things coming, and I tell Dan, "Oh no, it's just your eyes. Don't worry about it. It's this." Okay, then. So I settle into it, and then
why didn't you tell me that I was going to get touched and scared the shit out of?
Because you want to laugh.
Oh, boy, it's funny. But the thing is, when Dan sees it, and Dan is about as psychic as a brick. Let's face it.
Hence speaking to somebody who's passed over and not even knowing.
Yeah.
But then Dan gets excited and it sets me on edge, and then I get scared because there's things cracking off that shouldn't be happening. It should not be happening, and Dan's encouraging it. I'm telling it, no, Dan. So me and Dan have a row. It's brilliant. Our investigations are brilliant. Me and Dan have a row, and then he says, "Oh, no, I think we better leave." And then he tries to walk out first. Like, Dan, no, you're not going first. You're not leaving me behind. And he goes, all right, walk behind you. No, you're not walking behind me. We go out together, side by side.
Happy New Year,
and that's the famous quote, isn't it?
Side by side. Just get there next to me. And then he opens. I say, shut the car doors. Just shut the car doors so we can just ignore it. And then what's he do? Open the car door.
Do you think these spirits might be looking at me and thinking, yeah, that fucking fat idiot's back? Oh, here he is, Mr. Dunn. Dunn's back.
No, but it is frightening, though, Dan. I mean, you must admit that night was very hairy.
It was odd. It was very, very odd. But I don't know, I get this. I want to know.
You want to go back?
And you think, I want to know at any cost. You know, but obviously you don't want to know at any cost. But you feel, if you're going to scare me, I want you to do this.
Yeah.
I want you to do this. You know.
But then But then we've been back. We've been in places where we've taken other people with us. Okay, so I'm excluding Parker on this one because Parker's something else. But we've taken other people with
Thanks.
us, and it doesn't happen like it happens when it's just me and Dan. You do get little bits, but not to the level that me and Dan get. We
It's
get
odd, isn't it?
Parker in the mix. It blows up again, but then it sort of calms down a little bit because Parker's too busy screaming. So then we're concentrating, laughing on Parker, and we forget what's going on. So we got that situation there going. But I think it's odd how you will get more with certain individuals and get nothing with others. Don't you? What do you think about that, Lois?
Yeah. Hello?
As weird, because it depends. I suppose it depends on like the rapport that you use. I mean, you two have got the strongest rapport. You two are like that, and if I think, and I think if you have a good rapport with someone and you're like that, there's more likely chance that you're going to get, like, you know, some sort of evidence. It's like me and I suppose Spidey. We have our senses, and we're like that. So it'd be interesting to see what sort of things would come to us two being together. Except he's a big girl, so maybe
That's
Parker.
true.
I would dread, do you know what, an investigation, all of us. So it'll be
Oh,
me,
wow.
me, Eric, and Dan will be like the parents keeping a watchful eye over the
Oh,
two
God,
naughty
yeah.
children below.
God, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I've grown more in and changed, and my opinions and everything else has changed more in the time I've been with Viv than any other investigator I've worked with.
I believe it.
Because I think what we do is we talk to each other, we chat to each other, and we get to the
Ignore
point where
spirits.
our opinions change.
Mm.
I think and it's kind of growing together to the point where, you know what, we believe this shit is happening, but we're now at a point where we're thinking, what is it?
Right. I've got a really important question to ask you all. This is really important. It's got nothing to do with paranormal. Have you seen
The Muffin Man?
No, have you seen
The
these
Muffin
in
Man?
Muffin Man.
Little Story Lane.
Yes, I have.
Oh, I've not seen them.
No.
Now they have a white Cadbury's cream egg.
Oh, no.
Now, right or wrong?
Right.
Is it wrong?
Wrong.
No.
Right.
Wrong.
Wrong.
I would think wrong.
Why?
Because they're always
Because
normal.
Should be just the Cadbury. What's the other one? Chocolate thing, is it? Or
Caramel
one?
Caramel.
No, I think a Cadbury's cream egg should just be a Cadbury's cream egg.
Yeah.
But they've got white ones now.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like
You
that.
think that you're eating
You
a
would if
normal
I
egg?
got some.
I'd
I
need to
think
try
it's
it 15,000 times before I decided.
Definitely. Jacqueline, let me know. Honestly, let me know if you ever get to try one. What does
They're
it
nice.
taste like? Are they nice?
Yes, very
I
nice.
like it.
So
like
white
it,
with
Sarah,
me.
it's all right. They aren't.
Same
They
here.
aren't indeed. They're not just for Easter.
White chocolate is good.
White chocolate is
I like
good,
white
but I think
chocolate.
always. Do you know what? Because I used to have white chocolate as a kid, I always associate it as baby's chocolate.
Yes.
Milky
Aye,
Bar.
weird, isn't
Milky
it?
Way. Milky
You
Bar,
know,
aye.
it's weird. I always
Milky
associate
Bar,
baby-
yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? My favourite chocolate as a kid, and I must admit, it's still my favourite, but I still associate it as a little kid's chocolate. Is the Remember the Milky Way bars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Milky
love
Ways.
the Milky Way.
Those.
Yeah.
They're good if you're on a diet as well.
Oh.
Oh, are they?
Milky Ways, yeah.
Sorry.
Not if you eat the amount I do.
You're not supposed to have one little one. You're not supposed to eat loads. Oh, dear. Chocolate chipped cookie. White chocolate chipped cookies.
Oh, no.
Rob, I will try it.
They're massive,
Nickola's
aren't they?
gonna
Those
sacrifice
chocolate chip
herself.
cookies.
You're going to sacrifice yourself, Nicola, just to see if it's good or not.
I think we should
Okay.
run a poll. White Cadbury's
I
cream
like them
egg.
Chinese.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
dinosaurs.
Oh, Wayne.
A lot of Chinese people eat those, don't they? 1,000-year-old duck eggs.
Mhm.
No, thanks.
Oh,
And
Humble.
blue jay.
What
Do
are
you
the
get
things the other-
Cadbury's
the
cream
Chinese-
eggs, Eric?
Yeah.
Do you get them? You get them.
Well, because
we can.
Cadbury's is an American company now, isn't it?
I don't know. Everything's
I
going
hate
to
you.
America now.
I hate you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because he has
Diabetes.
diabetes.
I'm diabetic. I'll still eat one.
Yeah.
I'm naughty.
Me and Dan can have the rest.
Yeah.
I'll put them in my investigation box when we go out, Dan.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Try the white one, Dan.
I don't know if I could.
Mate, honestly,
Have you
I
had
was
one?
like that.
Have you had one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Do you
Yeah,
know what?
What are they like,
That's-
boys?
really, really nice.
That's really bad. You only get one white one, 2 classic, 2 caramel, but only 1 white.
Yeah,
Cadbury are owned
that
by,
was-
owned by
'cause that was
American,
the
aren't they? Owned by an
competition, wasn't
American
it?
company.
that was the. If you
Yeah,
found the
Cadbury's
white one, you get
American.
£10,000 if you found one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Didn't a footballer get it and he ate it? He didn't know it was competition.
Yeah.
I'll say, I'll rest my case.
Nah,
Did they
well,
do that with them? Was it What's It or something? They did like a red one or something.
Golden,
Found
wasn't
a
it?
red
Or
one.
something?
Or was it a golden one? Was it?
Yeah.
Something you found that you'd. Yeah. Yeah, I like Milka. Swiss chocolate.
Is it-
Lovely.
it's the same
Belgian
with
Swiss.
Walker's Crisp for a while. They were doing love heart shaped ones,
That's it.
And-
Yeah.
and if it was like something you could win like £50,000 or something,
That's it.
and then the amount of people that ate them and didn't realise till after. Oh, I was laughing.
Imagine the
that
amount of light up, buzzing shit you could buy for that for ghost hunting.
Mm.
I know, right?
£50,000.
Do you
I'd
know
have
what?
fucking lights coming out my ears and everything. I'd have a suit made.
Do you know what? Years and years ago, Walkers had a competition where if you get a little packet inside
Blue
the
packet.
and you're opening
Yeah.
it, you could win up to 80 grand.
Mm.
And one of my school friends won the 80 grand. And you know what? It could not have gone to a nicer person and the best deserving person because she had
Happy
muscular
New Year,
dystrophy.
Happy New Year,
Bill.
Bill.
Hi,
Hi, Bill.
Bill. Happy New Year. So that 80 grand went towards a hoist so she can get in and out of the bath.
Oh, that's good.
She got a car that adapted so she could drive it properly.
That's
And
cool.
she took her mum on a holiday to say thank you for looking after her. And you know what? The money was put to good use. She didn't squander it.
Yeah.
Sadly, she
So
did
she had
pass
to
away.
buy a adapter car and
She adapted her car. She bought hoists, chairlifts, things like that. Because
God,
when she
God
had,
forbid the government do it for her.
well, no, but because she could work, you see. So,
It's bad, isn't
so
it?
anyway,
That's a
yeah,
different story, Dan.
yeah, she won the 80 grand, and yeah, she took her mum on holiday. She did all of that, and sadly, like the condition that she had did take her
Oh, bless
eventually.
her.
But you know what? When I heard that she won this 80 grand, I thought, you know what? Yes, good on
Yeah.
you. Good
Yeah.
on you. Could
It's
have
very
gone to a
rare,
better
isn't it? The people
person.
that need it get it.
Yeah.
Very
So
rare.
that was a nice story there. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's lovely when you know what? It's a thing as well, isn't it? There are some people you look at and they win it, and you think, you know what? You good luck to you. You deserve that. And then you see
Yeah.
some arseholes win it, and you think, you know what? Something's wrong here.
well, can you
Love it,
remember that
big light.
programme, Dan? Where it
What's
was
that?
used to, can you remember that programme, Golden Balls, with Jasper Carrot, where
Yeah.
they would thing me? Can you remember? I think it was a guy and a woman, and
Yes.
made all the promises in the world. Made all the right, Eric, for you, because obviously you don't know what it is, right? But it's like it's call it bluff, right? So if me and Dan played, right, and say there was £50,000 up for grabs, you would have 2 balls, one saying split, one saying steal. So I could bluff Dan and say, Dan, I would share that with you in a heartbeat, and Dan could turn around and say, yellow, I'll share it with you in a
And then go.
heartbeat. So you could go either way. So anyway, put that man and woman, and I think it was like for 100 grand.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot
And
of money, wasn't it? A lot of money.
Yeah, and obviously they said they would share it, and when they picked her ball, she stole the full lot of it. In his faith, I just felt so sorry for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they got to
bad,
have
isn't it?
a little bit of guilt regarding that. I mean, surely she should have given him some money afterwards, you know?
Oh,
You'd have thought so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
We were
Because his
talking
face,
about
he looked
money.
so sad. It was so sad.
Trouble is, everybody that knows you are never going to trust you, are they?
No.
No.
That's
You're going to
true.
lose. I think you lose a lot more by doing that than you would by
Mm.
splitting it.
Yeah.
'Cause I think people are going to be like, yeah, you're out of order. I don't trust you. There's no one doing anything with you.
Yeah, no
Exactly.
kidding.
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. Absolutely, bud.
Do you know, I'd love to go on that program, The Traitors. Have you been watching it?
No.
No,
I can't get in. I can't.
I'd love to be a traitor. I reckon I'd be good at it.
You join the government then,
Wait.
or give you a crown, make you king or queen.
Oh dear, that is just so funny. Oh, I think it'd be brilliant. Those that are, cocky and that, get rid of them first. Get them killed off straight away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it, Jacqueline? I reckon me and Jacqueline would be good on it.
And that says if that was done to me, I would be killed.
Well, our
Oh, dear.
Powerball, somebody just won over $500 million.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wally.
Is that on the American Lotto?
Yep.
There was that guy.
Wow.
Do you remember he won him and his wife won the they won. Oh, it was an exorbitant amount. It was like 180 something million.
What, the
over here
Euros?
On the national lottery, Euros, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. And he decided that he'd get his house done up, lived on like an old, nice house, just ordinary house. He'd get his house done up, he'd buy a nice car, he'd put money in the bank for his grandchildren and his children. And then what he would do is he would keep a few quid so that him and his wife could have a few nice holidays. And the rest of it, he gave to people that needed it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But he gave it directly to them. Other people on the estate and that. He bought them cars. He gave them money. He did that. And he gave away about 3/4 of it.
Wow.
Him and his wife. And they said to him, why did you decide to do that? He went, well, I've made provisions for my family. He went, my wife has got everything we need. He said, we're in our sort of 80s now, whatever they were. He said, and the fact is that he said, we just want to enjoy our lives and make sure that other people get a fair bite of the apple. How many
Fair
people
enough,
can
isn't it?
hear of that do that?
No, it's amazing.
But that's
What would
really
you do? What would you do if you won? Let's say you won 100 million, and it's the same question to everyone. If you won 100 million this week on the lottery, what would you do with that 100 million? Be honest.
First thing I would do, I would open up at least 3 nationwide rescue centres for animals.
Yeah.
That'd be the first thing I'd do. Second thing I'd do, because I don't think that'd take up an awful lot. It'd take up some money. It wouldn't take up some of it, a lot of it, I would give to, like not hospitals and that, but like private organisations, like I think that deal with people that are getting over illnesses and what have you.
Yeah.
And mental health people, like mental health. I'd give like these sort of solitary people that do it on their own back, give them a big injection of money to help them, sort all my family and friends out, and then just enjoy the rest.
Live off the interest.
And if it comes up that you meet somebody that needs money, well, it ain't going to hurt you, is it, to give them a cut of what you've got? Really?
Not really.
You're not going to notice, are you?
No.
What about you, Eric? What would you do?
Well, I already know what I'm going to do because I'm only going to get that kind of money when I get my inheritance. So don't hate me. It's only because I'm getting an inheritance. And
That's fair enough.
But me and Rita have no children. We never will. I'll never have children. I got no one left in my family to leave it to. So whatever country we're in is going to get that money for programs like cancer research and everything else.
Yeah. That's nice. That's good.
That'd be good fun.
What about you, Lo?
Obviously I would see like who I wanted to see alright. I'd make sure they were seen in that. I'm with Dan. I'm a big animal lover, especially when it comes to tigers.
Yeah.
So like obviously donate some of that money because see, be honest, let's face it, it's a whack of money that you're never ever going to splash your way through. And I think there's a lot more people out there that need it more than that. And do you know what I would really do? If Isabel, I would put all the veterans that's served their country, all the homeless veterans, and make sure they had a house, make sure it was well kitted out, and things like that. And obviously, make sure they were seen to as well, because I think that's an important factor as well.
You can even start up trusts, couldn't you, that then continue
Aye.
to work. You know,
What about you, Parker?
Spidey.
I'd
You can get a full fitted Spider-Man suit.
That'll be his
I've got
paranormal wear.
I'd probably obviously sort my family out and stuff like that, and my little boy. It's probably same like Dan. I'm a big fan of donkeys, so like donkey sanctuaries and that around the UK and stuff. So probably do that. I don't know. You don't know, do you? Really, until
No.
it's actually in your bank and you go, "Oh, I can do this today, or I can do that."
I'll
Or
do that. But
Do you
what
know-
I'll probably get is I'll buy myself a big glittery pirate hat, a few cigars, and sit somewhere. And then I
bet you would as well.
Drink
Yeah,
myself
I
to
know. That's what I would
Do,
That's
do you
why-
know, I just seen a picture of Jamie with a donkey face and saying Jamie's
or
donkeys.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek, yeah.
Do you know what I would
definitely.
do? The first thing I would do is I'd get my close friends, go up for a slap-up meal somewhere. And the waitress or waiter, hopefully it would be somebody that's studying, working towards their degree or something. I would there and there write them a check, and I would give them 100 grand. Complete stranger, somebody that's studying towards their degrees.
Yep.
I would write them a check with one condition, and that condition would be stay in touch and let me know how you get on. That is
Yeah.
it. All they need to do is just email me once in a blue moon. Let me know how you get on. And I would help that person.
I would ask somebody if they and then what I would do is I'd say, have you got like these debts that you need to like for your like tuition and stuff?
Yeah.
And then they go, yeah, and then I'd go, yeah, and I'd get a cigar out that was hand rolled on a virgin's leg somewhere in Hawaii, and then I would light it with a £50 note and go, sucks to be you.
No, Dad.
Do you know what? I can
he's
almost
kidding,
see
he's
Dan
kidding.
like
Of course I wouldn't.
the Conneral for the KFC. I'm swagging in with the dyed beard and the stick.
Oh, do you know what we did low? Oh, this would laugh you. This will make you laugh. When Ross first came over to meet Dan, we picked him up in Derby, and he said he was starving. So we're looking for somewhere to eat. So he goes, "Shall we get?" And I looked
We
at
knew it was
Ross.
KFC, didn't we? We knew it was KFC. Let's not
And I
lie.
said-
we knew
I
it
said,
was
Ross, should we get filthy together? And he looked at me like, "What?" I said, "I'll take you to
dirty
KFC."
KFC.
So we were in KFC enjoying a meal, and there was a poster on the door of Colonel
yeah.
Sanders.
I had the
And
moustache
this
as well by then, didn't I?
Yeah.
little thing. Anyway, this guy's putting this poster up and sweeping up and making the place look nice. And I went to the guy, "Excuse me," I said, "Would you like that poster autographed?" And the guy went, "What?" I said, "Would you like that poster autographed?"
I've heard this.
And he went, "What?" I said, "There's Colonel Sanders sitting over there. Get him to
He looked at me and he looked at me and I went, I've let myself go a bit.
Look on his face.
Oh,
He didn't know whether to laugh or what, did he?
Oh,
That was so funny. I said that poster would be worth millions. He'd get him to sign that.
I still think one of the funniest things we ever did was when we done the we had the weekend investigations. And then on our way home we went for a breakfast with Kylie and that in the caf. But we're all filling up in the garage. Me and Joe got out and
Broke the pump.
broke the pump.
No electric down there, if you love.
You better behave when we go to Scotland. I'll tell you now, because you get to near where Lois is and they'll beat the shit out of you, break the pump.
Well, that is true.
They wouldn't.
They would. They're well on.
Especially after I found out what a Glasgow kiss was.
Oh, yeah.
I
You're
like
right, I've had
Teddy.
the DNA done. I found out I'm a bit Scottish, so I'm all right.
A bit.
A bit.
Where's your ginger then?
Somewhere.
Says
Funny enough, when I grew up, well,
big
before I
fat
moved
turkey
away,
teeth in
I
the U-Haul.
There you go.
When you like to buy a massive building, like whatever the tenants are,
Sorry.
I know, right? I just said that.
buy a massive building I don't know, buy somewhere where they don't let paranormal investigators in, or they're very picky, or they have, just I will buy it off you. How much it's worth? 2 million. I'll give you 4. Go on your bike. Out you go.
Oh,
And
could
then
you
open it up.
imagine that?
Open it up to paranormal investigators, and then have your naughty list. So those that told you no, and they come to you and want to hire it, now on your
Yep,
bike.
say
piss
no.
off.
No, I'll do. I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
That's
I'd buy the
exactly-
poltergeist. I'll buy the poltergeist house in Enfield, and then I'll stand by the windows all day.
the windows they're coming in on Friday.
Or the Amityville Horror House. Buy that one.
Yeah, so if
Don't
anybody
worry,
wants to
Nettie.
travel when I move over there.
Nettie, I'll treat you to new teeth, new tits, a new arse, and a new stomach. Well, you don't need a new stomach because I've seen what you look like, but anything you want, you got. I'll treat you, Nettie. Bless you.
Oh.
So next week, guys.
I'll have a whingy bump fitted.
Oh, yeah.
Me
Prize,
too, Brian, me too.
The
So-
door of doom.
Do, 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 do.
Du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du.
I'm going to pick this year. The first one. It's gonna
Make
be my
it a good
fault.
one.
That's not a lot to ask for, Sarah.
Oh, would you like? I wouldn't stay there, Sarah, honestly. We'll buy you a nice Welsh castle somewhere with a moat
Yeah.
and a drawbridge.
What's that beautiful one? The one that we... Oh, I keep forgetting the name of it. I've already investigated it once. What was it, Viv?
Margam,
Margam, that's it. Margam Castle. Beautiful.
this is what we're
So,
doing.
oh,
This is what we're doing. Oh, I've got 2. I'm picking this one.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
dun, 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 dun.
Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Bigfoot, yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
His hairiness will be spoken about next week.
That'll be good. That'll be interesting. Will be
I'll try-
interesting.
I'll try and get some of the Sierra Sounds downloaded. And when I say
Oh,
the
yes.
Sierra Sounds,
Mm.
it won't be the call of Bigfoot. It will be the chatter, the talking amongst one another.
It's
I
actually quite nice.
It sounds human.
It sounds sweet,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Wow, it is so nice.
It sounds really, really cute. Like
I
really
will
sweet.
try my best. I'm not very good with technology.
Oh, I don't know that. I'll have to look that one up.
Do you know there's an investigation at
Yeah,
Castle Cock?
In that case, I'll have one done on me Willie.
oh wow.
So Castle Cock's got an investigation this year. I think there are tickets on sale now if you want to go. I don't know the name of the team. You'd have to Google it and it'll come up. But they are doing investigations there if you want to go. There you go.
I think there's going to be quite a few more opportunities arising this year.
Mm.
Oh, God, Dan,
I know.
I've got to buy a sleeping bag that I don't feel claustrophobic in.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And we're going to have a new member, aren't we, this year, really?
Mm.
Which would be good.
So, lots and
And
lots
Jay
going
better
on
get his
this year.
arse in gear and get some time off.
I
Let me know the dates.
We will. We definitely will.
Pick up your phone, and then we'll have a
We
chat.
will. We definitely will.
I'm always moaning to Viv. He hasn't picked his phone up, so I'll go through you.
Vizio won't get hold of me.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Nicola.
She's my PA.
Take it easy, Nicola. Lovely to speak to you.
We are back tomorrow. Dan and I are back tomorrow on the case. And tomorrow night is just a chat between me and Dan. And it's going to be an interesting chat. But I have some exciting news. Ooh. We have got some really good guests lined up, but we have been talking to the Ghostbusters of Germany.
Wow.
Have agreed to come on our show to be interviewed. So there is a little bit of a language barrier, but we have
Zero good. Zero good.
we have a lady that speaks very good English, so she will be acting as interpreter for us, who is part of Ghostbusters Germany, and we are quite excited because Dan is Ghostbusters mad. He's been told he's got to be on his best behaviour.
So I'm not to mention the war, you said, didn't you?
Don't mention the war. Or anything to do with Führer or anything. Just
all I can see is Faulty Towers in my head.
So who is your leader? What? Who is your leader? Oh, sorry. Who is your Führer?
No, you can't say that. No.
By the way, Dan, you're going to be the Faulty Towers when Basil does the sign doing the walk.
I'm going to say to him, don't worry about this, Viv. Leave it to me. I'm fluent in German.
Do you know?
Good evening, everybody. Then come.
Dad, you will get banned if you don't behave yourself.
I'm just going to type in German words in the chat.
Oh no!
Actually, over the years, I spent quite a lot of time in Germany, and I believe, honestly, they're really nice people.
They are lovely. And
they're lovely, lovely people. They really are.
Dan and I are looking sort of a bit beyond who we'd normally chat to, and we want to find out what they're doing across Europe. So we're hoping this will be the first of many.
Good evening. I believe your grandfather shot my grandfather.
No, you can't say that. For God's sake.
What's the famous date?
I wish I never said anything now. Anyway,
there's no need to be a sauerkraut.
Oh well.
But it's going to be a good show.
My favourite plane's a Spitfire.
I've been waiting to find somebody to practice my German with.
Oh God!
Believe it or not, they are lovely people, right?
They are, and they look like a really lovely bunch. They do a lot for a charity. They do a lot of cosplay. I don't know if they're out investigating, but I know how much you love that film, Dan. So
love that film.
These guys will be brilliant.
Love that film.
Absolutely brilliant.
One all-time favourite film.
Yep.
Love it.
So that's something to look forward to. And guys, if you want us to bring a guest back, yes, David. Before you ask, Sarah, David Oman is on the cards because he is overdue.
Oh, it wouldn't be Simply Spooky without David Oman coming on.
No.
Oh my God,
David Oman. Must get Ad back as well. Must get Ad back.
Yes,
well, Lois my favorite thing. So
Lois needs Ad right now. She needs him.
Yeah, he's lovely, Ad, isn't he? He's a lovely
guy.
Great lad.
I love Ad.
But those people who don't know who Ad is, his name's Ad Bauges. I'm most probably pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, I know, Sarah. And he's a very good healer.
He's lovely.
His spirits are always on a higher vibration. He does a lot of good work for a lot of people. And he's just a lovely person to know.
He's lovely. Lovely man.
I can't recommend that guy enough. So if you're lucky enough to get healing with him, one-to-ones, I know he's doing conventions now. So, he is phenomenal.
He is
absolutely amazing.
There's another guest that really we should bring on at some point, and that's Tony Starkville. I would love to see Tony
he's coming
Starkville
back this year, isn't he?
He is on his polybags.
He might be doing a live somewhere for charity.
I think we need to go and book a hall, Dan. Let's do it. Let's get Tony Stackwell back. Let's go and support somebody. I don't know who we're going to support, but we'll try and work something out. But we'll do it for charity. Tony Stackwell's coming back.
I was thinking we might even see if we can get hold of Tony Stackwell as well to come along and do a medium off.
Mm.
we had the opportunity, which we couldn't go in the end because of the when it fell. But we had the opportunity to go and see Tony Stackwell, and I think Dan went, "Well, I better not show my face in case he has a go at me."
But I tell you what, this year I want to do a stand-up medium off with him,
Let's do it.
so we can try and raise some money for charity, because I think that'd be a
good.
way to go.
Do you want me to email him? I'll
Yeah,
email him
because I think he's the type of bloke that he can take a joke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He seems like the type of fella that can take a joke. So yeah, I think it'd be lovely to.
We might
He
have
comes
to
across
go.
quite nice, doesn't he?
We might have to go to Canvey Island to see him. We'll try and
Is that
do
where
it
he lives, is it?
privately. He's a Canvey boy, yeah.
Is he really? I didn't know that.
But we'll see
So,
what
yeah.
we'll see what we can do. Tony's brilliant.
Hmm.
He's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Resistance is futile. God, Brian, don't encourage him for God's sake.
What is your name?
I had that as my ringtone too.
Good evening. Show me your papers.
Oh dear. Well, talking of this, I did something really naughty, and I don't care. You can blame Dan.
Well, anyway,
I went on a very long walk,
you did.
and I brought back. It's only a piece like this, so don't get excited, everyone. A piece of plane wreckage home for Dan. I think he's going to use Eric's skull on it to see if he can get any
I do want to
communication.
see if I can get anything off of it.
That'll be interesting if you can.
I want to see if I can get any sort of
Definitely.
vibrations off of it or whatever.
And maybe we
Yeah.
could do a live, Dan.
Yeah, that might be good.
Mm.
I've also got part of a prop of a crashed B-17 bomber.
Oh, wow.
Well, I say quite a big chunk of it that I will actually be donating to probably somewhere like what do you call it?
Dan,
Hey, Ben.
Hiya, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
But I think we should maybe do a couple of off of that as well.
Yeah.
See what we can get off of that as well.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
All
you know
with
what?
respect. All with respect, because those boys
Well,
deserve
you know,
to rest.
that crash happened. The plane's still there, like nearly 50 years later.
Sad though.
No, in
isn't
fact,
it?
longer
So
than
sad.
Longer
How
than
many,
that.
how many young boys on that were there?
13.
13
10?
young
I
lads.
thought it was 13.
No, there's 10 on the B-17.
oh, really?
No, the B-29.
This was a
yes,
B-29.
I think it's 13.
B-29
then,
crashed. Yeah. Were they going back to? Where were they going to? Were they going back to the States or were they?
No, they were going to another air base because they had better amenities there. I think they just wanted a jolly up.
Bless them.
So, yeah, they never made it.
Yeah, awful. Young men, awful.
Mm.
Yeah. But, you know, it was an interesting walk. I loved the walk. I got fit. It was all uphill. So, yeah.
That's cool.
That is very cool.
So cool.
The thing is, where we've been, well, I am now a volunteer at quite a nice venue that's used for paranormal. And I've learned quite a lot since, well, in the few months that I've been doing it. And I've learned that when you find plane wreckage, they ask you, if you dig it up, they ask you to leave it.
Yeah.
The reason why they ask you to get them, the powers that be, to come and look at it, because if you dig it up, you find a
Class as a war
cockpit.
grave.
It's a war grave, and
Yeah, it is, yeah.
you may find the pilot and co-pilot still strapped to their seats. Now that happened in oh god, it was in Lincolnshire. It was actually on the beach. There were storms, and it uncovered. It was already exposed, so they had no choice but to go and take out. They had the pilot and co-pilot still in their seats.
Wow.
And it's funny because then they have to go through the rigmarole of tracking the family down.
Yeah.
And the family, one of the family,
Yeah.
they immigrated to New Zealand. They went to New Zealand, so they had to find them. The other family was still in England, and they asked them what they wanted to do, because they'd already had a funeral. The funeral had already happened, so now they had another funeral. So they were able to to inter these people and put them at peace. But
Come to
it's very difficult because something like that, and you've got public walking about, and
yes.
you have to be mindful that there's families that are still alive, and that I mean, they were actually quite surprised that they were ever found. But it's
the thing is, even at the end of the day, it's someone's children, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Granddads,
that goes across the board. Whatever they were, whether they're British, American, German, whoever, someone's kids.
And Dan, I think we're overdue a visit to the Fifth Corner.
Yes, that'd be good. That'd be good. Joe, you in?
Yeah, mate. Let me know.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I know it's quite sad, but happy at the same time. So yeah, I wish Lois lived nearer. I'd take her to the Fifth Corner. She'd love it all day long.
Yeah, she would.
She would.
It's a bit weird.
It won't be long. It won't be long. That's one of the bus lines I've done.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so we will be going to view some body parts at some point this year. Not living body parts, some dead ones and mummified ones. Yes. We go and view some very macabre items, skulls, bodies.
It's like a serial killer's warehouse, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we should take Lois to the serial killer's
When I
warehouse.
walked in, I was looking at Red
I
Dead.
would love that. I would be.
Hello, John.
Oh,
John.
Hey, John.
the news from John is he's lost one of his fangs.
How did you manage that? What am I talking to him? How did you manage that?
Just found outside the bathroom door. It was one that was hanging down a bit. I think it got a bit rotten. And
John.
God,
his new nickname is Toothless.
Yeah, that's true. Take your credit card this time, Viv.
Oh, do you know what? I have been looking, Dan.
Right, guys, I'm going to head off and I'll catch up with you all
Take it
soon.
easy, Lo. Great to
Happy
see
New
you.
Year, Lo.
Love you.
You too,
Love ya.
I'll speak to you
all.
in the week. I'll speak to you in the week.
Definitely, that's the day.
Speak to you
Love you.
later.
Bye.
Love you, Lo.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I found some human skulls, Dan. They're not an English gentleman, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's the one I wanted.
Oh, dear. I'm gonna have to say, but I've got a wedding to pay for this year anyway, so I have to be good.
Oh, God, yeah. It's going to be long resources this year, Viv.
I know.
Yeah, get your money out, love.
Work for nothing.
Flash the cash.
Yeah.
Natural, isn't it? It's all you do anyway, isn't it, really? Work for nothing.
Oh, I know. But I do like my work, I must admit.
Yeah, that's what matters, really.
And I like Eric's work as well, what Eric's been doing.
Eric's done some amazing stuff.
I just wish mine paid a little bit more, but hey ho, it's what it is.
Is
You
yours
get paid
index
loads.
Huh?
Go on, Viv.
What's he saying? What'd you say? Done?
I said, is yours done? I said, is your index linked? Does it go up with... I bet it doesn't go up with inflation, does it?
No, mine doesn't, no.
No, none of it does anymore.
No,
does it?
mine don't either, Dan.
Bastards.
Yeah, but you've got
Bastards.
bands, haven't you? You've got bands that you can go on.
Yeah, I've got bands that I can go up.
Oh, that's good.
Mm.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good. I'm going to say goodbye now as well.
Take it easy, Jay. Lovely to speak to you.
Yeah, love
buddy.
you too, mate. Good to see you.
Jay, love you.
Take
Missed
it
you
easy. Love you,
already.
Take it easy,
Bye.
buddy. Speak to you
Bye.
soon. Love you, mate.
Bye.
And then there was 3.
And then
Yeah, everybody's leaving me.
Dun's going nowhere.
Dun. Do we smell or something, Dun?
I think we do.
Oh, look, you can see all my books and my shit on the side there that I haven't sorted out.
Ooh.
I haven't read my book yet, Dan. I'm too scared to read it now.
What's all the what? I'm reading it. Do you know what? Any readings it's worth doing because it allows you to work out, where you are.
Do you know what? If he had a beard, it's
Look
Eric's
like
granddad.
Eric. Look like Eric.
It looks like Eric, doesn't he?
Hmm.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
spooky.
That is spooky. Who is that
It
guy?
might be. It might be related to me. I'm adopted, so I don't know all my relation.
I
Have
think
you had
it
your
was a
DNA
man.
done, Eric?
Nope.
Because you can
Because
sometimes
I know
find.
where I came from.
Oh, do you?
Hmm.
Do you know who your parents were, or
Yeah, I know who my parents were. I know who my grandparents were.
Dan, that is Harry, the Reverend Harry Foster Bull.
oh,
That's who he is.
that's who
And
it
very,
is.
very much associated with Bawley.
Yeah, he was the main man, wasn't he?
Wasn't it his wife, the one that got slapped, Marianne?
Yeah, his wife and his daughters apparently were. She used to see the nun walking down the what they called Nun's Walk, wasn't it? In the end,
It's a very, very interesting story.
I
And
want to get back there as well this year, like Viv, once the weather changes
we'll
a
have
bit
to
for the
chat Andy.
nice.
We'll chat Andy.
Get up young Andy. He's a good lad.
How'd John do that?
Amazing, isn't it? Middle of the summer, we had no trouble there, did we?
No.
People had lots of trouble there.
Did you get any books for Christmas, Dan?
Did I get any books? Oh, actually, I got one on. I got one on topography and geography of sacred sites,
Nice.
which was quite good. I think that was it, book wise.
Wayne says he's going to come along with us to Bawley if he's allowed.
Yeah, of course he is. We don't mind. Of course he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that was the book wise. That was it. Did you get any books?
That one.
Wow.
I got that
A
one.
long time.
And I got, this is a
What would you get for Christmas?
This is a most impressive book. And I love this man. I don't care what anyone says about him. He's amazing.
I love
him
Boy
too.
George. I like Boy George.
I like him better
love
with the long hair, though.
I like
I
Boy
love
George.
him all day long. So
Is that his life story?
I have no idea. But
He's
I
a
saw
very,
this,
very intelligent fella.
I saw this in Tesco's and I said, Andy, if you want to buy me something for Christmas, you can get me that. And Andy hates Boy George. And so he said, yeah, I had to go into Tesco's and buy that book. He said, I was rather embarrassed. But yeah,
I like Boy George. I mean, he's great. I think he's a very
I
clever
love
fella.
I grew up on Boy George.
he's a very
Yes,
selfless
he was in pantomime, wasn't he?
He's a very selfless person. All I know is when one of my heroes passed away, who didn't have any money, he even offered to pay for his funeral, which he didn't in the end. But the offer was there. He was going to pay for it from start to finish. And that's the kind of guy
fella,
that Boy George is. Yeah, he's a very decent man.
He's super clever as well. He's really,
yeah.
really bright.
I
I'll bet that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Get one. Get one.
He's led an interesting life.
Oh, yeah.
Very interesting life.
Mm. Do you know, I could never write my life story, Dan. Honestly, I couldn't. I could write certain parts of it, but I couldn't write all of it. Not with what I've seen.
There's a lot on it to put down on paper, and you think with them, I guess you're only getting like excerpts of their life. For them to put everything down, would be like 1 million pages or something ridiculous.
It's for research on a topic. Ooh.
Do you know what? I bet that's an interesting book, Annette.
Mm.
And I should think if it's anything to do with Judge Jeffries, I would think it's an interesting topic.
You need to buy Wayne Seaden's book.
Yeah, Wayne's got some books. I'd have bought that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I bought a book when I was in America and I missed her. And William was gracious enough to take me to some of the bigger bookstores there. And I bought a signed copy of Elvira's life story.
Oh, I love
Oh, wow.
Elvira.
And she signed it. So I've got a signed copy
Love
of
Elvira.
Elvira's book. She's an amazing woman. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, got Elvira signed.
I think she's she came out a couple of years ago, didn't she? I think she's
She
gay.
did, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
she
But
did.
yeah, she's brilliant. She's really cool.
But she's also an inspiration for other women up there, that you know. So
Oh, she went and I used to watch a thing called years ago. It was about this guy called Danny something, and he was like a big rocker, and he used to have motorbikes
bye,
and cars.
Jacqueline.
Bye, Jacqueline.
We'll speak to you soon.
Speak to you
Happy
soon.
New Year. Love you,
Yeah, Happy New
Jacqueline.
Year. And he had his car, and she brought a car in to get it done up, and she did. She wasn't dressed the way that she normally dresses. She was dressed ordinary,
Yeah.
and she looked hotter dressed
Yeah.
ordinary than she did look dressed up like Vampire Vara. She's like, oh my word, she's lovely. She's not young, is she? She's not a young woman anymore.
No.
Oh. Did you get any books, Eric?
No.
Anybody else get any interesting books in the chat?
The
Anything we
next
should
one
go
sounds
for?
good.
Yeah, you're going to look for that now, aren't you?
Yeah, I didn't know they did, but I didn't even think about it. But yeah, but it's an interesting book.
Dan, I've got Father Christmas came to my house and I've got some presents here.
I know he's left there stuff for you and Andy as well.
Yeah, but I've got a big bag of them. I've got 3 bags and they're for your children as well.
What was I going to say? We never meet up with each other before Christmas, do we? There's always something gets in the way, like a bug or something.
Right, we're getting the diary now for this Christmas. Get a
Yes.
babysitter and the 4 of us go for a meal down your end.
Yeah, we're going to do a meal. We're going to do a meal this year.
In fact,
If anybody wants to come along, you're more than invited. What we're going to do, me and people talking about this, we're going to do a thing so we know what numbers we've got at the end of the year. We're going to go for a drink and a meal somewhere central to everybody if we can. And what we're going to do is, if you want, you can pay in a little bit of money every week, and then we'll keep that aside, and that will pay off your. We'll let you know when your meal's paid off,
Yeah.
and then that's your done. So people haven't got to find that money, and they know well ahead of the time. Shows you how big my sack is. I weren't even there, and they got it out.
You know what? Dan's sack, right? So every year, for the past 2 years, Dan says, oh, we do this rotten Secret Santa, and I get my horrible sack out, and people do a lucky dip. Every year that happens, Dan's never there. So the sack goes round without Dan, even though it's Dan's horrible sack. But the thing is, there's supposed to be horrible presents in there, but everybody loves them.
What did people
What
win
is
this year?
that about?
What did people win this year?
I can't remember. Can you remember, Wayne? Salt and pepper shakers, candles, fairy wings, makeup.
They're all good things, haven't they? They're all pretty cool.
They're not
things.
really. It's all toot.
Yeah, people love a bit of tuck. I like a bit of tuck.
Eric, when you get to the UK, you are going to be experiencing Dan's secrets at Santa sack.
Yeah, I believe it.
We'll be inundated with a pile of shit like you never imagined in your wildest dreams.
You know, they like the investigations and everything. You know, that's all very well. You know, you have their meal, but the thing they look forward to the most is Dan's horrible sack at Christmas.
He's
And
going
never
when I get there too. He's going to be there that year. Dan's going to be there that year this time.
Well, I don't know. Oh, I don't
He
know.
better be there. I'll go pick him up. And throw him there.
I'll tell you what, depending on how many people are interested in getting together this year and are interested to the point that they're willing to put $5 a week, a month away or whatever, then that will depend on whether we can get somewhere that's haunted that we could have a meal or somewhere we can just have a meal.
Do you know what?
Enough interest.
I think
I'll
there's
find
some really good places. I mean, the Village Church Farm is just brilliant.
I love the Village Church Farm.
No worries. It was only something small, Wayne. Oh, I got a nice photograph.
Definitely
of
in that.
Wayne, the Dark Mirror Boys signed picture.
Oh, wow.
Did you?
I did, yeah.
Nice.
I know. You're jealous now, aren't you?
No.
Oh, Nettie. Do you know what, Annette? Dan doesn't know this yet, but this year, and I would implore anyone that can, go to the Awakening Con this year, and it's held in Manchester.
Yes. Yes.
I'm definitely going this year, and I've told the hubster he's got to go too, whether he likes it or not. And we're going to go and do all 3 days. And Dan, you've got no choice. I don't care whether
I've got
you're
to
ill.
go anyway, haven't I?
You have to go. You've missed out so much, and it's amazing. The people that go there, the members of the public, the guest speakers, the stalls. You know, whether you believe in the stuff that the guest speakers are talking about.
Well, that's the good thing about it. It's right across the board, so there's something there for everybody. So there's something for things. They give you aspects that you've not even thought about, don't they, to think on?
Yeah, I think they're having a mini con. But I go to the big one in Manchester. The big one in Manchester is amazing. And it's at the Awakening Con that I met the Kinsella twins. And I will get them on as guests this year at some point. But honestly, I mean, I've had them on Facebook as friends and didn't really know anything about them.
They're a mad pair of bastards, aren't they?
But I love them, both of them. You know, they've all got their own traits. They all do their own thing. They've all had their own experiences, but I met so many wonderful people. And Steve Meara, who heads this up and runs the Awakening,
he's a lovely man, isn't he?
He is an amazing man and an amazing individual, as it is. You know, I'm blessed that I know Steve Meara personally, but he does a lot behind the scenes. And what I will mention as well is Steve Meara. Hello, Ned. Steve Meara has an online magazine which is free.
I'll tell you about them in a minute, Sarah.
It goes right across the world. If you look at I can't even pronounce it now. Phenomenon, yeah. Phenomena magazine. It's jammed packed of all sorts, from UFO to ghost hunting to cryptid. It's all in that magazine. So if you get a chance, I'm giving Steve Meara a big shout out. Check out Phenomena magazine. If you can, look on his wall. You'll see it advertised on there. So
Kelly, of course it's Kelly. Sorry, are you Kelly?
Kelly.
Sarah,
how are you?
Grim Life Collective. I have sent messages to them, and they've seen the messages. They haven't got back to me. But what I'll do, if they come back in May, then I'll start shooting off some more messages to them and seeing if I can get them on. Or maybe if I can have a word with Viv to maybe take a day off or whatever if she can, then maybe go and meet up with them somewhere and have a chat with them, because I know they like to do that and get people on their videos. So, yeah, that'd be good.
I'll have to try and find Steve Meara's link and put it up. But no, he's
a lovely fellow, Steve Meara.
Oh, he's amazing. Honestly, he really is. And the other guy that I think is amazing, and I know that
we're still here, Kelly. We got nowhere.
Eric was actually blown away by him.
Yeah, he was.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year is the man that tells stories. Do you know who he is, Dan?
Oh, what you mean? Sorry.
He's getting old.
I'm getting old. Yeah, I know you mean. I can see him. Mum, I can't. I'll put me on the spot now. I'm blank.
Simon Entwistle. Yes.
Yes, Simon's lovely.
Simon Entwistle. We didn't have him on camera, but it worked out so well because you concentrated on the voice and listened to the stories.
Why was he on camera?
My God, he couldn't get it to work, but it was brilliant because
drunk again.
But the storytelling was amazing.
He's phenomenal.
So here's another guy that I could recommend. Tales from the Grave, Simon Entwistle. Check him out. He is good.
Oh, I have no idea, Kelly.
I don't know.
Somebody else said that before Christmas.
If you like and subscribe to Simply Spooky on YouTube, you'll definitely get it. Yeah, and there's lots of the shows that are going up on YouTube.
He's amazing.
So you can check out. I will be loading some more up this weekend. So You
Yeah.
will see
Odd.
Simon Entwistle and some of the other ones because I need to free up some space.
You know what I would do, Kelly? I'd unsubscribe and then resubscribe. Sometimes
Yeah.
that does it because I've had things from like no notifications from people that I follow, and then all of a sudden I'll unsubscribe and then subscribe and then it'll
Do you have
come
to
up.
click on a bell or something?
You can
Yeah.
click on bells to get notifications on all of them.
Can you?
You'll find us on YouTube.
Yeah.
You might have to scroll a bit to find us, but we're definitely on there.
Yeah, you'll find us.
Yes.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, his voice.
Amazing storyteller. He's really good.
Yeah.
You could
he does
listen.
everything.
You could listen to an audio tape of his, couldn't you?
Mhm.
Like,
He's got an
rather than
audio
taking a
tape.
book taking a book to bed, take the audio to bed and just sit and listen. You just drift off because
We had
it's
him in the
so
back of the car
calm.
with me and Dawn, and we were driving to drop him. We picked him in. We came to the same hotel or something, and then we drove there and we had him in the back. And one question I asked him, he went off on one. It was amazing. It's like having an audio tape in the back of your right. It's
Yep.
exactly like that. And the information he gives you is like it's bloody hell.
Okay.
Excellent. Give that a go.
Just a voice in the dark. Yeah, Wayne. That'd be funny. Oh dear. So
Hey, that's a good idea for a show. Voices in the Dark.
Voices in the dark.
There you go, Wayne. I'm putting ideas in your head.
Mhm.
What was I going to say? Me and Dan, where we used to run Paracons, and
Which you as well, Kelly.
we've had some really strange experiences from guest speakers, and I'll never forget. I'm just going to share this with you. It's so funny. I had to go and pick up Paul Bradford from Kent
Yes.
and drive him to Nottingham. So I had a few hours in the car with Paul Bradford. And he was like a woman. He moaned through things that happened, not from me, through somebody else that had arranged stuff and got it all wrong. Anyway, he moaned and moaned and moaned. And I'm sitting in the car and I thought, right, I need to pull over. I need to go in at the services, stretch my legs. And if he moans one more time, I'm going to kick him out of my car. But he didn't. I bought him some... the Marks and Spencer's piggies.
Gobstoppers.
He was all right then. But, my first interaction with him was like, oh, what a miserable man. But actually, he's not. He's really lovely. But, yeah.
I thought he was an arsehole.
Did you? He turned out to be all right.
No, he was all right. He was okay.
It was all right.
No, they're not.
No ability to vape there in Australia. They're cancelling vaping in January. Oh, are they? Well, I'm not going to Oz then.
Yeah, either, because they're allowing it here.
They're
Do you
doing
know
what?
Vaping. They're going to try and ban vaping.
What are they doing? Would you say they're doing in the States, Eric?
Oh no, they're not here. They're gonna. In fact, they're actually thinking about legalizing medical marijuana finally too. So
I think that's a good thing.
In
Medical
Oregon.
marijuana is a good thing.
In Oregon, you can go in the marijuana shops and buy the marijuana as long as you don't smoke it in the street. You can smoke it at home, and it's legal.
Didn't you go and have a look in one when you were over in Oregon?
Oh, I did an investigation, a paranormal investigation called the dope shop. It was funny.
They were nice
It was
people,
really
weren't
good. They were lovely, lovely people. I learned so much about dope, sniffed a load of it. So,
they? I bet the security dogs were bloody interested in you on the way back home in the airport.
Well, no, he said,
so.
smell this. This is infused with pineapple. I sniffed it. Oh, it smells like dirty dishcloths. He goes, well, smell this one. This one's got mango. I can't smell it. It's disgusting.
I'll tell you, if I ban vaping here, I'll go back to smoking. So
yeah.
Well, weren't they looking at banning smoking here at some point?
They're banning smoking by is it 2025? They were saying that they're going to ban smoking, tobacco, and the vaping thing. They're looking at it because it's being made attractive for children, so they're going to change what.
See, I know looking at smoke banning and stuff, a blanket ban at a certain age, and I'm thinking, oh, I don't know, man. That's awful. That's awfully because you allow them to do that, and then they'll do something else, and it's a slippery slope when you let them ban things.
Oh no! Well, I'll tell you what happened, Kelly. There was an incident where this pot, it's quite a big pot, glass pot with pens in it, and it had scissors in it, moved on its own and fell. And it so that was the thing. I mean, it went right across this glass display cabinet and fell. Then because the display cabinet on their CCTV just shattered for no reason, and it all happens when the shop is shut. There's one guy that worked there, and he was busy working, doing whatever, like had his head down, and that's when the pot moved. It ended up on their national TV, and I was in Oregon, and I said to, how can there be like a poltergeist in a pot shop? Let's go and investigate. So we got permission to go in and investigate out of hours. So when the shop shut, all the stuff was put away in the safe. We actually did an investigation to see why these things were happening. I have no explanation. I still think it might be vibration from passing traffic outside. I don't know. But I have no explanation as to why this happened.
And that same pot shop ended up on paranormal caught on camera too.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Do you know? And the guy that was sitting down working when this thing happened, he was. I got to interview him, and he was definitely scared and worried of it happening again. But it seemed to sort of calm down. It seemed to calm down, and he wasn't high, he wasn't off his head or anything like that. A very nice, normal, straightforward guy, and it is a mystery as to why that happened. When we went, absolutely nothing happened. Everything was flat as a pancake. Absolutely nothing, zero. But I did learn a lot about pot. Not that I take it, so I must hasten to add that's not my scene. Well,
right,
Dan,
guys, I'm going to make a move if that's all
2
right.
hours. 2 hours. So
well worth it.
Check us
Right,
out
everybody.
tomorrow.
I'm going to say good night and catch you on the flip side. See you tomorrow night.
Night, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Bye, guys. Love you. Happy New Year to everybody. Bye.